TRON. Ares marks the long-awaited return of Disney's cyber science fiction franchise, following TRON, 1982, and TRON, Legacy, 2010. Directed by Joachim Rønning, this entry takes a notable shift in perspective, bringing the digital world into direct conflict with the real one, rather than trapping humanity inside the grid. Jared Leto leads the film as Ares, a sentient program designed for combat and strategic dominance. Leto's performance is intentionally restrained and emotionally distant, fitting a character defined more by function than humanity. While this approach suits the role conceptually, it can also create emotional detachment for the audience. Greta Lee provides one of the film's strongest performances, grounding the narrative with subtle emotional clarity and human perspective. Supporting roles from Evan Peters and Jeff Bridges add continuity and thematic weight, particularly Bridges, whose presence reinforces the franchise's philosophical underpinnings. Visually, TRON. Ares is striking. The film preserves the franchise's iconic neon-lit aesthetic while evolving it into harsher, more industrial territory. The digital environments feel less elegant and more militarized, reflecting a world shaped by control rather than creativity. Action sequences, particularly those involving light cycles and real-world incursions, are cleanly staged and visually precise. Rønning's direction favors scale and atmosphere over speed, allowing the visuals to breathe. However, this restraint sometimes works against momentum, especially when the film lingers too long on spectacle without advancing character or plot. Narratively, TRON, Ares is ambitious but uneven. The central idea, what happens when artificial intelligence crosses fully into the human world, is compelling and timely. However, the screenplay often explains its themes more than it dramatizes them. Dialogue occasionally leans into exposition, reducing emotional impact. The pacing also suffers in the middle act, where philosophical discussions slow narrative progression. Some supporting characters feel underdeveloped, existing primarily to reinforce ideas rather than function as emotionally resonant individuals. Where the film could have improved with a stronger emotional anchor would have elevated the film significantly. While the concepts are intellectually engaging, deeper character relationships, particularly involving Ares, could have made the conflict more personal. Additionally, tighter editing and a clearer escalation of stakes would improve narrative flow. The film has powerful ideas, but they don't always translate into dramatic urgency. For fans of the TRON franchise, Ares will be appreciated for its visual ambition and thematic seriousness. It respects the philosophical identity of the series, even as it takes creative risks. For general audiences, the film may feel distant and cerebral. Those expecting constant action or emotional immediacy may find it deliberately cold, while viewers interested in speculative science fiction will find plenty to engage with. Film rating 6.5 out of 10. A visually impressive and conceptually bold sequel that struggles to balance intellectual ambition with emotional engagement. Final thoughts. TRON. Ares continues the franchise's tradition of asking difficult questions about technology, identity, and control. While it doesn't fully resolve its ideas through character, it remains a thoughtful, visually arresting entry that values atmosphere over accessibility. Remember to like and subscribe, because once the grid evolves, there's no pulling the plug.
You want me, baby, let me know all in this. You want me, baby, so